Ever wonder what it's like to wind around a speeding racetrack at 200 miles per hour in a 130-degree car? Well, now consider doing that while managing a chronic health condition like diabetes. NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Ryan Reed and race car driver Connor Daly know what that's like firsthand, and they're here to kind of tell their story along with all the information you need to know about diabetes. As part of their sponsorship, Lilly Diabetes and NASCAR are launching a 5-year YouTube video series documenting Connor's road to Road America and offering an inside look at Connor's experience as he prepares for first NASCAR race. So, boys, welcome on in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
All right, well, cool, yeah, absolutely, and thanks for taking the time. So let's jump right into the question. I'll ask each of you. So let's start with Connor. What's your diabetes story?
Yeah, so when I was 14, got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I started racing at 10, so I was already in go-karts. I was already making my way through the ranks, and had a bit of a speed bump in the hospital. Realized that me and my family had to adjust to a new situation. And it was tough at first, but I had a race 4 days later. I wasn't going to let it interfere with our schedule. Just started learning more and more about my body and what it needed every day, and just kept on progressing through the ranks. It was something that we never really talked about a lot initially. Not a lot of people knew it about me, and now here we are, 12 years since diagnosis. And I've accomplished a lot of my goals, and I still have many more in front of me. So I've been lucky enough to race all around the world, win races all around the world, and drive almost every single racing car that there is to drive, except for a NASCAR. And sure enough, now in 2 weeks at Road America in Elkhart Lake, we have an incredible opportunity to drive in the NASCAR Xfinity Series for the first time.
Yeah, obviously us being, Wisconsin folks, we were interested in that, absolutely. Let's turn over to Ryan now. You have a diabetes story to tell as well, so why don't you fill us in on that?
Yeah, it is similar to Connor's in a lot of ways. That I grew up racing go-karts, and I was kind of in the middle of my climbing the ladder, so to speak, of motorsports, and I was in the process of actually moving out to North Carolina to continue to progress that, and I got really sick. I went to the doctor, and they diagnosed me with type 1 diabetes on the spot. My first question was, how would it affect my racing? And they told me I would never race again. And I think right then and there I realized how devastating the disease is, and how much of an impact it was going to have on not just my day-to-day life, but the things I wanted to do. And so started to do a lot of research and really lean on my family throughout that time as I learned how to manage diabetes and take insulin and prick my finger, put blood on a test strip, all the things that you have to do living with this disease. And was fortunate to find a doctor who was like, you know what, we're gonna get you back into a race car. She'd worked with a lot of athletes, so I felt very comfortable with her, and we went to work, and got me cleared with NASCAR. And not long after, partnered with Lilly Diabetes and won Daytona twice. I've been racing in NASCAR and at one of motorsport's highest levels for 5 years now, and so it's a huge blessing. And to be able to use the racing platform now to spread awareness about diabetes and encourage people to live their life to the fullest extent despite diabetes has been something that has been so cool, and can't thank Lilly and everyone who helps this happen enough for making that all possible.
Yeah, and I think part of that story, just that both of you kind of had that moment where you're like, yeah, I understand this is a serious thing here, but I want to do everything I can to keep my life as normal as possible. So maybe we expect to see some of that story being told in the YouTube series. So I don't know if, Connor, you want to take that question?
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty cool deal that we've got coming up now. It's been released today on NASCAR's YouTube channel. So obviously, it'll tell the story a little bit about my lifestyle and sort of my transition from IndyCar to NASCAR. There's obviously a lot that goes into that, a lot of the training, a lot of the just differences in the forms of motorsport, but also how Ryan and I both manage our diabetes, and now we're going to be teammates. It's one of those cool stories that hasn't really been in motorsport before. There's been drivers living with diabetes sort of here and there, but now we're a team. We're a team diabetes, and it's pretty cool to be able to tell that story. And it's called The Road to Road America, because obviously it all finishes off at Road America in Wisconsin, and I couldn't be more excited to get there.
All right, just have time for 2 quick questions here. One, I just want to get back to Ryan. The Drive Down A1C initiative, what role do you play in that?
Yeah, it's obviously you see it on my race car every week, my Ford Mustang, and then you'll see it on Connor's in a week and a half at Road America, which is awesome to see that in multiple places and on multiple race cars. But really, what DriveDownA1C.com is it's a website, and it's on that website you'll find resources and a list of treatment options that Lilly Diabetes provides, and it's just another step in that process that Lilly has been pushing so hard of helping people that live with diabetes. And as someone who lives with diabetes, I'm so appreciative of them and everything they do for us, and certainly proud to play a role in that and help represent that.
All right, just a couple seconds left here. Where can people go for more information?
Well, we've got obviously the NASCAR's YouTube channel. Going to be firing off these videos, 5 episodes total, which is going to be really cool. And then obviously DriveDownA1C.com. Incredible place to learn more about everything that you need.
All right, boys. Well, good luck, and we will see you at Road America.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. You've been watching the Sports News. We have more after this.